InfoQuest Nigeria Limited was never awarded any contract on Abuja-Kaduna Road as falsely and maliciously reported in a publication of Daily Trust newspapers of 21st of January 2025. Daily Trust to render unreserved apology to Federal Minister of Works for unjustifiable falsehood. The Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Senator David Umahi, CON, has rebutted in strong terms the unwarranted, false, misleading, and damaging report published in Daily Trust newspapers of 21st January 2025, which falsely represented the Federal Minister of Works as having awarded a section of Abuja-Kaduna Kano Road dualization to InfoQuest Nigeria Limited. In a press conference held on 21st January 2025 at the conference hall of the Honorable Minister of Works, and attended by the Honorable Minister of State for Works, Right Honorable Barrister Mohammed Bello Goronyo, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Works, Engineer Folunsho O. Adibi, and key directors of the ministry. The Honorable Minister described as mischievous, insensitively misleading, and injurious the statement credited to him in the said publication, where he was wrongly quoted to have said that InfoQuest Nigeria Limited secured a no objection of 252.89 billion naira from the Bureau of Public Procurement (BPP) for the rehabilitation of a section of Abuja-Kaduna Zaria Kano Road, and where they described the ministry as having awarded the said contract to an obscure company. He made it clear that the ministry has no business relationship with InfoQuest Nigeria Limited. He further made it known that a company that has a contractual relationship with the ministry on the said project is InfoWest International Limited, and that the company is corporately active and is absolutely in compliance with all legal requirements and regulations set by the Companies and Allied Matters Act. He berated the mischief curated by the publication as a deliberate orchestration by a cartel to malign the ministry, undermine the efforts of the New Hope administration in revolutionizing road infrastructure development, and demarcate the company that has proven capacity in road construction. He demanded from Daily Trust newspapers a public apology to the Federal Minister of Works to be published in at least 5 national dailies for unjustifiably publishing falsehood against the Minister of Works.
The press to understand what Daily Trust was talking about was InfoQuest. Somebody went and registered a company called InfoQuest. The company that we recommended for the job is InfoQuest. There is this O and Q. So everything is international limited. So the InfoQuest is what the Daily Trust is talking about. We didn't give our job to InfoQuest. So, but InfoQuest is very smart and very intelligent. When they saw that a company registered InfoQuest to claim their land in Abuja, they went to court and they got judgment in court, and they went to CAC requesting to deregister InfoQuest for fraud. And I have documents to prove that they registered InfoQuest. Q. They just put a small dot on O, and that is what happened. The Daily Trust owes Minister of Works very deep apology, because we didn't give job to the company they say we gave job. It amounts to demarketing the company. It amounts to inciting the public against the Minister of Works. It amounts to create doubt in the mind of our boss, Mr. President. So they owe us that serious public apology in at least 5 newspapers. And they say that this company we get job, that they don't have equipment. Funny enough, I have documents to show you that most of the equipment that Chilopeja is using on Abuja Kano, they are hired equipment from this company that we get the job. You are surprised. We have the documents to show you the agreement written, where the Chilopeja signed, the company we get the job signed. So instead of looking for the head, we should better look for the chicken. And that's what we have done without knowing what we have done.
The Honorable Minister also alluded to the mischiefs and deliberate misrepresentation of facts contained in the sponsored publications made in several national dailies by Julius Berger PLC recently on the reason why they reneged in their contractual obligations in respect of the section of Abuja Kaduna Zaria Kano Road they were handling before it was determined. We wonder why the coordinated onslaught of falsehood, blackmail, gang up by adversaries to the policy of government just because of the ministry's insistence on a new order of value for money, quality assurance, and best practices in project pricing and execution. He urged the public and the press to join in this desirable fight against national sabotage by some contractors.
But the question is, should they not be valued for money? Should we not do the right thing? If the wrong things were done in the past, if you want to assume that, and then the president came, he wants to do the right thing, is it not good for the public to support the president? And so when we are fighting and insisting on value for money, insisting on fair deal for all contractors, I think the public, the press, should support Minister of Works. Major was trying to state their own position. Look at it as darkening counsel without knowledge. Because for 14 months and over 20 different meetings, and Major could not come to terms with us. And let me state that there is no place that Major is working for Minister of Works that they ever agreed on dialogue or give and take. And I'll give you the example in the Bodo Boni. The project was reviewed. I can't know the exact price that the past administration reviewed, but we made a contract of 199 billion with an agreement that the project will not be reviewed again. But since September, Major now reneged on that agreement and insisted the project should be reviewed. And they insisted that the project must add another 80 billion. There is a very serious excitement of the public against the federal government. But that was not the reason why we caved in. So we had to cave in, and they gave Major the 80 billion to complete the job by September this year. And what is very terrible among some contractors is that they are delaying the projects, and there is increase in price. So the masses are suffering for delay on projects, the accidents on the roads, and again, the federal government is paying for inflation.
In his remarks, the Honorable Minister of State for Works said he was delighted by the proactiveness and the resoluteness shown by the ministry in decapitating the intentions of those who made the false publication against the ministry, which according to him was intended to distract the ministry and undermine its confidence before Nigerians. He called on the media operators not to allow themselves to be used by the fifth columnists to publish unfounded reports to undermine the renewed hope agenda, but should always cross-check their information with appropriate authority so as to let out only the truth to the public.
I want to commend the Minister and Public Secretary for bringing this expeditiously and timely to address this issue head on. And with facts and figures, I'm sure that the special address of God, Nigerians will know the true position of the situation. And I want to use this opportunity to call on Nigerians, particularly our brothers in the media. Please don't allow yourself to be used by people who are not wishing this country. Mr. President is really trying his best to put this country on the right track.
In his vote of thanks, the Permanent Secretary described the press briefing as thoughtful and timely. He harped on the importance of development journalism and urged the media to always uphold the truth in their professional duties of information dissemination, rather than allow themselves to be used as a tool in the hands of enemies of our national development.
And I feel passionately with you that the ministry is open, and you can see the minister is ever ready to give you available information. Again, the zonal directors are there, the state has controllers of works. When you need any information on our project, please find out the truth before you publish them. Some of these things are avoidable when you find out the truth before you publish. It will save the nation a lot.
This was signed by Honorable Barrister Oji Uchenna Oji, Special Advisor Media to the Honorable Minister of Works.